people and backgrounds. The lore, we were a fairly small group when we started. It was only me and a handful of people. So we have grown quite steadily over the past year and a bit, become decently sized for the operations that we need to take on control. So PvP, etc.
Do you have a Discord?
Yeah, we do have a Discord actually. That's something I wanted to talk about. We have a link it in the Alliance Enforcer chat or something, or send a Reddit link to it. And we have a Discord channel that we use. Now, over the past couple of like month or two, we haven't really bothered with our, because we've been busy with other things. But we have a Discord like dispatch service. So if you're ever in need of PvP, like if you need help, someone's griefing or ganking you, we can always come and help you out. We're going to be advertising that more over the coming months, though, in terms of sorting and helping people out. But we have a few advertising things we need to do first for that, and throw a few posts out in the forums before we do that. But if you need to get in touch with us, Reddit or that Discord is a very good place to go, because usually there's always somebody around at the time. Lore-wise, we've been pretty busy since we formed. We formed and it was pretty quiet the first week or two until we started getting into, we got ourselves in a bit of a scrap with a player group that appeared out of nowhere, really, in our home system. At that point, well, we tried the peaceful negotiation to start with, and that didn't really work. So it turned out we had to end up pretty much fight them. We had to fight them and get them out of our system, pretty much. And after that, things started to just improve. Power play came out, so we started to take an active role in helping power play powers out rather than, because we wanted to stay truly independent rather than be tied to a power per se. So we decided to take a stance of we'll help anybody other than maybe Archon, considering our anti-pirate stance. Other than that, it's been a pretty busy year for us. Um, BGS work, we do that too. I mean, we do anything, we take anybody on, so really, nothing's really too much bother. We have explorers, traders, BGS, and PvP, which is pretty much our specialty at this point. Twittle should be coming along sometime soon. He's one of our better PvPers. He's FK at the minute, but if you have questions about PvP or you want to talk about it, then I'm always going to be here, at least for tonight, for this stream. So feel free to shoot. If anyone wants to ask us anything now about us, then go ahead.
If you send me the links to your Reddit and Discord, I'll post them in the chat.
Radio.
I think I have access to posting links. I'm not 100% certain, to be honest.
If you don't, then send it to me and I'll post it. I'll give you mod privileges, which should give you something, maybe. So you're mod now. I don't know if that gives you permission. By the way, if you could also post the link to the Elite Mahone Discord as well.
Just let me go grab the link for.
That was a deleted link for me.
Oops.
Yeah, send it to Kirby instead. He has access.
Well, you were able to post that link. That link worked.
Not for me. I just see deleted link, but
really, I see
the Reddit link.
The Reddit link, I see
yeah.
it. Do only mods see it or something? That'd be weird.
No, I think.
Okay, outside says he sees both. Oh, whoops.
Oh well.
Yeah, outside's a nobody.
That's the direct post itself, talking about the Discord as well. That'd probably be a good one to link, considering Discord's being a bit buggy for me at the minute.
So apparently someone wants you to tell the Polish Aces story.
Who said that?
Foxhound.
Oh yes, That's a very long-winded story. I mean, that might take us to the end of the stream. Polish, yes, right. We'll tell you a bit about our because for a small group, we had a pretty starting out. Things, were easy. Most of us were flying. I was in a vulture at that stage, and a lot of the people that kind of just started playing the game, so their experience with Elite was pretty limited. And we got to System Mandrathar, as you may know, and it was pretty. We didn't see anybody there for the longest time until April, I think, of 2015. There's a player group appeared that it's a famous legend of how I was flying an unarmed, unshielded, well, it was shields, but Type 6, and this vulture started questioning me. I was like, okay, fair enough. And he jumped out. He tried to ram me when my shields were down, and he jumped out whenever I went and got the FDL out. And on the forums, I was accused of trying to pirate one of their commanders whilst in a Type 6 and whilst he was in a combat fit vulture. So go figure that one out on your own. After that, we, you do the general diplomatic thing and you talk to people in the forums, see who they are, be polite, and get to see if you can work together. And it was becoming more and more apparent that working with this group, because they did say they were pirates, wasn't really gonna work. So we spent the next 2 weeks sitting in open play, chasing ghosts, until they finally turned up, and we managed to trounce them in for probably what was a lot of everyone's first PvP experience. We managed to chase them out of the system, and we never really heard of them again until a power play came around. To be honest, the events that have happened, like, because it's kind of about the lore of the group, events that have happened so far in terms of power play and all that junk is well, junk, but that's pretty much the lore of our group. We write stories. We've had some success because we were talking earlier about local stories for Galnet. I've had some success with writing and putting them on there. I don't know how many I've got like published for local news. When it comes to like global like Galnet news, it's a different story. But I don't have any tips for how you can get it on there more because it's pretty random. You can go, weeks and weeks and weeks of getting posts up, maybe every week, but then a month where there's just they ignore you completely. So I usually write stories regarding our group on another website called the Manchester Herald. Now and again, whenever we do stuff related to the background simulation and or helping people, you might know Null. Null's is a good group. They work for the Alliance now, I believe. And we helped them out in the past. Really, that's what our group's about helping out other commanders. And if you need it, then I believe Vectron posted the link to those the Reddits and stuff that I sent them, and that would definitely be appreciated by me if you could go check that out. And if you need help, just shout because we're always available. There's always going to be somebody on.
Also, Foxhound is asking about the Des assassination.
Yes, but we all know who Foxhound is. Well, me and you do, Vectron, don't we? And he knows fine rightly what happened to him. I think you do too.
Not quite, but I think it's because he wants you to tell the story.
He just likes to hear you tell the stories.
He does in TeamSpeak too, but anyway. This is it's kind of a funny assassination. We caught their leader who was smack talking on the forums for the longest time. He wasn't very polite. He was always telling smack talking us constantly and not being the most polite chap in the world. So he finally said that he would come and get us, and he was in his hauler in one of the stations, and he was coming out of the station, and someone in the Commander Han Solo in their clipper opened fire on him in front of the station. It's a Orbis port as well. He hits him. He doesn't kill him. He gets killed, but in the background, there's video evidence of it. In the background, you just see this little hauler like hit the station and explode. It's possibly a better assassination than a JFK, that's for sure. Very lots of fireworks. After that, we never heard from them again, of course, but it's probably one of the more exciting periods of IPC history. Certainly one of the first scraps we got ourselves into. Other than that, recently, Little and a few others went up to one of the community goals to help out people up there and keep them griefer free. And as I've said a few times, if you need help, don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah, I could tell that story if you want. Of what
Mm.
happened at the community goal on Friday.
Oh, there's
was-
Little.
Yep, I made it.
Yeah, welcome.
But
I ran the to the well, it depends on which CG you're talking about. Is it the bounty hunting or the trade?
the bounty hunting CG.
Ah, okay.
Thanks, Chef.
It was me and Chef Jitsu and Adam Soul and Solomon from the IPC, so Wing of Four. And we're going up against a lot of different groups at the CG who may or may not have been working together. But basically, we didn't have any heat weapons, and we fought like several 4v3s against people who did have heat weapons, but somehow we ended up still winning like all the fights.
Too good.
Do you have any idea why? Because
think
during
it's
the
the
beta,
main-
people were talking about how heat would be the new meta.
I think the main reason why we still won was because, first of all, we had one extra person. And I think numbers are still very important in addition to having engineered weapons. And the other reason why I think we won was because the people we were fighting against didn't really have dirty drives. They didn't really have the thruster engineers, and most of us did. So just that advantage alone, I think, made up for the fact that we didn't have heat weapons.
So you were able to outrun them or outmaneuver them.
Both.
Okay. Because one of the things we were talking about earlier was specifically dirty drives, and my thinking was that dirty drives would be more vulnerable to heat because they generate more heat, or more vulnerable to heat weapons.
Maybe, but the flip side of that coin is if you go with level 5 clean drives, someone with level 5 dirty drives is going to be faster than you, and they're going to be
Thank
able
you,
to
Vectron.
outrun you. So, I don't know. There's definitely some advantages to clean drives. I wouldn't say it's useless, but I still think the dirty drives are better overall because just having that extra speed really helps.
Well, okay. How about if we switch focus slightly, since I drew the the subject onto it. If you were a trader trying to run away from PvP pirates, would you then go with dirty drives and risk getting heated up, or clean drives and possibly be less vulnerable to heat?
Definitely the dirty drives, no question. If your main objective is to run away, the dirty drives are going to be best for that since you'll be faster. And you can't get heated up if you're out of their range, so I think the extra speed is worth it, even if you take a little bit extra heat damage at first, because you'll end up taking less later.
And at the end of the day, too, it has to be like more than two people hitting you consistently for you to be heating up with the thermal weapons.
Yeah, and on an unrelated note, I would add I just saw a screenshot someone posted to the FD forums, and it's them boosting to 436 in their cutter. So, yeah.
Gotta love them
Move,
engineers.
bitch, get out the way. But the reason I'm asking is I'm trying to see if there's if there would be an advantage to why have clean and dirty if one is obviously superior to the other.
I suppose it's
I think
dependent on the situation, isn't it?
Well, some people are more environmentally conscious than others.
Oh, screw you.